Apologies, for how the quality of the video is gonna come out. I just wanted to start by saying that. So yeah, as I said, this is the day after the hair transplant procedure. Um, I said I'd just come in real quick and do this little section, uh, portion of the video, even though I'm so tired and I'm gonna sleep when I finish this segment because I slept this morning at about 9:30 and the time is now 11:54 Turkish time. Um so I've slept for just over 2 hours, 2 hours and a half nearly. And you know what? Was I was actually so afraid of compromising graphs. It wasn't like, okay, I'm tired and I'm fighting my sleep, to stay awake. No. I fell asleep during my procedure in the clinic. I was so relaxed having my treatment done. I actually fell asleep. And I just feel that me sleeping for the couple of hours that I did, I wasn't really tired. Um, I wasn't really tired when I got into bed at around like 1 a.m. this morning. I thought I was gonna sleep like a baby. But I think, like, to be honest, in my mind, I was so worried that I was gonna like accidentally like bump or like rub off my graphs, that I was just, I don't know, I suppose just getting up and doing things around. Anyway, I really don't want to make this segment long, and my apologies because I am literally just awake, and I wanted you to see me, how things are looking the day after. Now, I do have to say that the previous transplant I had done compared to this one, there's an oh guys, I can barely raise my eyebrows because I have swelling. Don't mind my eyes. If you follow me, you know that naturally I have really big eyes and I have really big eyelids. Um, but they do puff out sometimes, especially first thing in the morning. It takes a good, like, once I've got into the shower, washed my face, um, massaged my cream in, then my eyelids go down a little bit. So that's nothing got to do. I would say I do have a bit, especially here. I've swelling here, and I don't know if you can like. I don't want to touch it, but like along here, the perimeter, like some of my hairline, um, this area was extremely swollen because this is where they inserted the numbing, I suppose, the anesthesia, directly into the scalp. So there is still some slight swelling there. However, the last time I got one done, it was bad. The pain was bad. Now I want to show you guys. This is my pillow. So I use these the covers. Sorry, excuse me. Wow. Um, I use these let's say waterproof covers to line the pillows because the last time there was blood everywhere. Like, I wrapped the pillows. I, you know, basically did everything the same way as I'm doing it now. Excuse me. And I still managed to get blood on the pillows. And as you can see, I'm going to take this off. And excuse me because I am using my front camera. Covered the neck rest in this, and literally the blood contained itself into the padding that they patched me up with yesterday. You can see from this side, this angle here, the swelling here is so risen, like right across there. Actually, somebody asked me yesterday, oh my god, why is your hairline like not lower? And I will just repeat this. I have a line of demarcation here. You can see it. It's not like major, but you can see it. And that's because I usually wear my lace wigs here. So this area of my skin has not had any sun exposure, hence why this area is lighter and this is darker. So obviously they didn't transplant hairs here because I do have hairs here, but they've shaved it in order to put the hairs in behind it. Like you, if I go up close, you can actually see the follicles. You can see the little bumps of where the hair is. These little spots here, these are where they put the anesthesia. They're like little red spots. That's where they put the anesthetic. And I have hair here. Everywhere like in front of where you can see, they've just put hair. I've hair already exists in those areas. So I suppose I just want to talk about like some things I experienced, and I don't even think that I mentioned it the first time around. You go through so many phases and so many stages. I shouldn't be laying directly on my donor area. So let me get up and fix myself before I continue. So yeah, I suppose you go through like so many emotions and so many phases throughout your journey that you do forget some things, and these are like minor things. However, it could be a big deal to someone else. Even though like my swelling is pretty good, there's not much to it. However, last night after I ate, I wanted to take a nice shower, and I bent down to wash my feet. I bent forward to wash my feet. I stood right back up real quick because the minute I bent forward, it was like the blood flow rushed to the front of my head, and I felt like the pressure was so much. I literally had to throw myself right back up. And I've made that mistake a couple of times in bending down to pick something up, because automatically if you drop something, that's what you do, you bend forward. But now I'm bending from my knees as opposed to from my waist and putting my head forward. I will just show you though, they do suggest that you lay, like, so I've like literally, to be honest with you, part of the reason why I couldn't sleep is because you have to lay, like when I say lay, you're almost sitting elevated. Your back is not flat on the bed. You have to sit at an incline in order to keep the blood flow going on in this area. And in order not to have pressure in this area, because the kind of pressure I was feeling in my head is like, if I continuously bent down, it was going to push out the newly implanted transplants, to be honest. Eating has been a little bit of an issue because, as you can see, and I showed you this yesterday, they implanted hairs along here. So when I'm chewing, it's like a lot of tension here. It's almost like my jaw aches, but obviously it's not anything to do with my jaw. It's the muscle in this area. Same for this side. So I'm just having to chew really slowly. Trying to enjoy my food, I guess. But it's nothing major. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like, well, everyone's going to be different, I suppose. I can tolerate, like I said, I can tolerate a lot of pain. It's just I don't remember the first time around having this sensation. And to be quite sincere, I wouldn't have had this sensation because the previous company that I went to, they didn't do this area. They didn't put anything in this area or this area. So this is like a new experience, having had this treatment done with a different company, basically. I took pain meds after I ate last night, and then about 5 a.m. this morning, I took more. And it wasn't that I was in like a lot of pain. However, it was more so that like I could just try and relax a bit more, because it's not pain, it's more of a pressure. And I didn't want it to be like, okay, like I said, I was awake most of the night, and then like I wanted to relax, but at the same time, when I'd eaten and I took my first pain relief tablet, I could feel the pain relief that they inserted via IV. I could feel it like wearing off, and I didn't want to be in pain. I didn't want to feel pressure. So before it fully wore off, I took a tablet, but that was around midnight. So 5 a.m., like it's like usually recommended every 4 hours for a pain relief tablet anyway. So it was probably like 5 hours had passed, and I knew, okay, I'm gonna sleep now. I want to relax. Let me take another one so it kicks in before I sleep. I ordered breakfast then around 7:30 this morning because I still hadn't slept, and obviously I wanted to take the pain, some more meds, just have food there readily available so that if I need to take anything, because most of the tablets I'm taking, it has to be taken on a meal or before a meal or whatever. I heard a bit of like commotion in the hallway at around 7:30 a.m. this morning. And I didn't know whether it was people staying here or whether it was the staff that were working here, like going around the place. And I didn't want to be disturbed, so I put my like do not disturb sign on the door handle outside. And I didn't fully open the door. And what I've done is I've just opened the door. I've opened the door up and I've gone to just like kind of put my head around the door to stick the sign on the door handle. I didn't anticipate how close I was to the wall, did I? So like I've gone to put my head around the door and I've gone boom, and I've knocked my head right here off the wall. The first thing I did was run to the bathroom to see whether I've actually embedded or knocked out any grafts. And luckily enough, I didn't. But I hope I've not compromised them now by giving them a thud on the wall. So you can see a little bit better, I think, this line here of demarcation. So what you can see, yeah, is the hair that they transplanted yesterday. But like I said, there is hair in front of that. Now, the hair in front of it is probably going to start like here. Because the hairline starts from here. Do you know what I mean? It's just the angle of the camera as well. And obviously, because now the hair is so flat, when it grows out, it's naturally going to fall and the baby hair is going to come. Happy with my result. In comparison to the previous surgery that I had done, I'm just really praising this clinic already. Like I said, they really took their time on me, made sure I was comfortable. You know, they really just did reach for maximum grafts with the hair that they were able to use in my donor area. So again, I'm so thankful. So the hotel I'm staying at, they have been super supportive because obviously I am here alone, and like they've been really good, like bringing my breakfast up to the room every morning, and then obviously then like when I want to eat later on in the day, I just order. I don't even have to pick up the phone to call them. I literally have the app on my phone for the hotel for me to just be able to order directly through the app, and like literally it's dropped to the room within like 10, if not 15 minutes of ordering the meal. So I totally love the hotel for their hospitality. The staff are just they're so kind. They would literally bend over backwards for you. And you know, like when you've undergone a procedure, and like you don't want to be like having to do too much or like over exasperate yourself or anything. So this just really helps. It's the little things, you know, when you're trying to recover, you don't need no stress, you know. You want things to just go as easy and smooth as possible. So I suppose, yeah, to finish up by saying, this time around has been so much easier for me than my previous hair transplant procedure. These people I've gone to are so professional. Like I said, I feel like the last company, they used me as a guinea pig. I don't think that they'd ever done a black African hair before. I felt like I was used as a guinea pig for them to practice on, you know? Um, as I said in the previous segment, this clinic was apologizing on that clinic's behalf for the lack of treatment. And they didn't have to do that, and they showed a lot of like sympathy. Like, yeah, they showed a lot of sympathy for me. There are a lot of women that suffer with this issue, that are looking to rectify it, and maybe don't want to pay like a high price to have their hair back. And I really don't know if that made a difference to the time that they took. I'd hate to think, oh, they did only, you know, do the great job they did because I told them I was doing YouTube. I hope that's not the case. I hope they, you know, do the same great work for all their clients. Um, yeah, but they did, it's neither here nor there. They did their job. I'm over the moon with the results. Tomorrow I will be going to the clinic to have my first wash, which I can't wait for because just to have some like fresh like water touch my head is just gonna be like heavenly, to be honest. I feel like a scruff bag right now. Um, there have been like I have had the urge to scratch, and not necessarily in the donut area, actually my own, like where I still have hair. And what we're dealing with here now, I'm scared. What is this? You know what? I think I've lost a graft. It was literally just sitting on the top of my hair there. Is it? Hang on, guys. Yeah, sorry about that. I actually just think it's like a bit of, it's just dryness. Not that anything's popped out. Like these guys, the way they've transplanted, like don't get me wrong, my hair grew from the previous transplant, but it was just that they were very lazy with the job and they didn't transplant like not even up to half as many hairs as what these lot did, honestly speaking. So yeah, you can see all the dried blood. That's all going to be washed away tomorrow, thank goodness. I've really taken care this time as well because like the last time, like I don't even feel that the like some of the hairs weren't put in like really well. I remember washing my face, no sponge, just used my hands with the product because, like I said, I really didn't want to compromise any of the grafts. And so when I wanted to wash or wipe my face, I was literally like trying to be as careful as I could to blot, literally like blot my face like this, rather than like being rough and wiping all around. And I did. I lost transplants even like that, like from the front. Like I remember looking at the towel, and I wasn't rough at all. I was looking at the towel, and you could see the roots on the ends of the hair. And I suppose once they fall with the root on it, it's, you can't pop it back in. It's gone. So I think, like I said, that's why I struggle to sleep. I didn't. I don't think I've not taken anything to help me to sleep or help me to relax. I'm pretty much relaxed. I think it was just the fear, like the first couple of days, you can really like mess up your transplants. And like these guys have done such a fantastic job. Make sure I don't mess nothing up. I'm so tired, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really tired, so I'm gonna try and get some sleep. Today is just rest day anyway. Make sure, like I got like 10 liters of water. How I carried those home yesterday is beyond me because I walk quite far with them. Like I strained myself carrying them. I did strain myself. It was tiring. I was meant to come home and just rest, but these things I needed, and I hadn't got the opportunity to get them together since I've come because obviously I came late Monday evening. I spent the whole of Tuesday in the clinic in the hospital getting bloods taken and stuff. And then yesterday obviously was the procedure, so I really did not have time before yesterday or up until yesterday afternoon or evening, should I say, because it was evening time. I went out I think at about 7:30, 8 o'clock to pick up the few necessities that I needed. It's really important to drink 2 liters of water a day. And once you've got big bottles in the room like that, you're not going to forget to get it into you, basically. It's really important to keep hydrated. And drink plenty of water because obviously the meds that they give you are quite strong. You want to make sure you're drinking enough water in order to flush everything through your body and out, basically. Um, Food as well, then low salts, low sugars. I've been eating a lot of protein, fruits, veggies. I feel good, guys. I feel really good. A little bit of swelling, a little bit of pressure. Last time around, it was like my nerve endings were, I don't even know how to describe it, but it was so sensitive. Even like if I was to do that, here would feel like, and that went like, sorry, this area would feel like somebody is banging you here on like the top of the head with like a blunt hammer. And that's say I don't know if anybody else has like that has had a transplant procedure has had that same experience. There's a lot of nerve endings in this particular area. Like I was in so much discomfort, and I think it actually went on for weeks. Whereas like I'm not experiencing that this time at all. And I'm so thankful. I want to say thank you to you guys for being so supportive. Anyone that's been with me knows that like 2017, this is 2020 now, 2017, I came here for this exact procedure, and like I was done dirty by the company that I went to. So it's such a blessing to have stumbled across this company that are for their clients. It's not just about the money, they're for their clients. Like initially they had said to me they're going to be able to do like one finger of low density, two fingers of high, and then spread out as much as they could, but they weren't going to give a full coverage. They actually went above and beyond what I had expected, considering, let's be realistic, my hair loss is more than advanced. So I can't even smile properly because it hurts me. I feel like I've had a facelift. Oh, guys, what else did I want to say? I don't know if I mentioned as well, there was like three members of staff working on me at the same time, which really helped. If there had been two, I don't think I would have got as much because time was going, like it was 8 hour job. I think of or remember anything else, I will be sure to be back in touch to let you guys know. I'll let you know actually when I'm in the clinic tomorrow and get my hair washed. They're gonna wash it for me. Looking forward to having this back bandage off. And having a hair wash, like I feel, like I said, so I feel like so cruddy. It's gonna be nice to have a little drop of fresh water. Like you can see if I hold the phone from this angle, see, oh yeah. It's a bit tender. It's gonna be nice just to have a nice head wash, honestly. All right, guys, I will check back in tomorrow on wash day.